Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed, Le'olam va'ed. Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la 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 la.
הנה מה טוב ומנעים שברחים גם יחד. 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 How good it is, how sweet it is, to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is, to be together on this day. הנה מה טוב ומנעים שברחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים שברחים גם יחד. שלום עליכם, סלאם עליכום. שלום עליכם, סלאם עליכום. שלום עליכם, סלאם עליכום. שלום עליכם, סלאם עליכום. How good it is, how sweet it is, to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is, to be together on this day. הנה מה טוב ומנעים שברחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים שברחים גם יחד. שלום עליכם, סלאם עליכום. שלום עליכם, סלאם עליכום.
Psalms, how good and sweet it is to be all of us here together. We sing words of Hine Matov. Hine Matov, Umanayim, Shevet Achim, Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Umanayim, Shevet Achim, Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Hine Matov, Umanayim, Shevet Achim, Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Umanayim, Shevet Achim, Gam Yachad. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine Matov, Umanayim, Shevet Achim, Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Umanayim, Shevet Achim, Gam Yachad. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. Shalom Aleichem, Salam Aleikum. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is to be together on this day. Hine Matov, Umanayim, Shevet Achim, Gam Yachad. Hine Matov, Umanayim, Shevet Achim, Gam Yachad.
Well, indeed, how good, how wonderful, how joyful it is to be here at Temple Israel on this evening. Shabbat Shalom to all of you who are here with us in person, and greetings to all of you who are with us via the live stream on YouTube, Facebook, Temple Israel's website. It is so wonderful to be together tonight. We have on our bima Rabbi Zach Pleasant. I'm Rabbi Michael Friedman. We have Cantor Julia Cadrain and a very, very important member of the Temple Israel family, Ilana Arian. Not only Cantor, yes. Not only Cantor Cadrain's wife, but in her own right, an incredible leading Jewish musician and composer. Usually, Alana travels throughout the Jewish world to synagogues all across the U.S. and Canada each Shabbat. We are so thrilled that you choose to spend one Shabbat with us. I know you would choose to spend many more. I know you would choose to spend many more with us if it was possible.
Indeed.
But thank you for being with us. And many of Alana's compositions and melodies have become our favorites. Some of them will accompany us through this service. There might even be some new ones tonight as well. And we're also thrilled to have Malin and Mike and Yusuf and Chris and Sean and Noah and Stephanie and Brian and Lester and our whole Temple Israel team together on this evening. There are so very many occasions that all of us are celebrating. Of course, for all of us, it's Shabbat. Some of us have B'nai Mitzvah. Some of us are celebrating an upcoming wedding or a slightly recent wedding, perhaps, too, as well. So there are many, many occasions for joy. We want to invite everyone to greet one another. Reach your hand across to someone who you don't yet know, who might be sitting near you. Introduce yourself and wish them Shabbat Shalom. Tomorrow morning, we will be celebrating 2 B'nai Mitzvah, Noah Bruno and Noah Feingold. We invite the 2 of you forward to help light our Shabbat candles on this evening. Please come on up.
We continue on page 130 with words from Psalm 95, Lechuna Ranana, which basically just means, let's make a loud, good sound together, which we're already doing. Let us sing unto God a new song. Let us sing unto God, sing unto God a new song. Oziv Zimrat Yah, words that we hear in the Song of the Sea in the moment of our ancestors marching in one instant from slavery to freedom. And this beautiful text, Oziv Zimrat Yah Vayhili Lishua, my strength and my song come from God. We sing these words together. They're on page 647, a big jump in your books. My strength and my song, my strength and my song, my strength and my song come from you. My strength and my song, my strength and my song, my strength and my song. having spent the time sort of vibrating this room and hearing how beautiful it sounds with our voices together, strong and collective and harmony, we're now ready to move to the words of Lechah Dodi. Lechah Dodi, a mystical prayer that we're told people used to come in Tzfat and sort of gather, coming from all corners around the hills, and come together to say these words, signifying the beginning of Shabbat, welcoming the Sabbath bride. That's the language that we're used to hearing. And when we get to the last verse, we will, as we often do, stand up and turn towards the door as a sort of recognition and a sort of metaphor, a symbol of welcoming the Sabbath bride. And I'd like to offer a teaching that my friend Rabbi Sarah Luria taught me. For those of you for whom welcoming the bride is not exactly the thing that you wish to do to begin Shabbat, it's very specific. Rabbi Luria talks about the concept of welcoming a Shabbat companion. The idea that we take a moment as we begin Shabbat, we take a moment, and I'll invite you now to take a moment to call to mind someone in your life who's not here right now, who you wish you could invite into this space. It could be someone who would be able to be in this space, or someone who's no longer here, or someone who would enjoy the sounds of this room and the beautiful light streaming through in the back, and the incredible simchas that we're going to be celebrating together tonight. And I'll invite you to call them to mind and invite them in to join us as we welcome Shabbat with words of Lechah Dodi on page 138.
Lechah Dodi, Lechah Dodi, Shabbat, Lechah Dodi, Lechah Dodi, Shabbat, Shamor v'zachor b'nibur echad, Hishmiyanu el ha'miuchad, Adonai echad u'shmo echad, Shemu tiferet v'litzila, Lechah Dodi, Lechah Dodi, Lechah Dodi, Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, Yihi mekor ha'bracha, Mirosh mikerem nesucha, Sof ma'aseh v'matchavat hila. Lechah Dodi, Lechah Dodi, Shabbat, Verse 5. Hitoreri, ki va'orech uri shir daberi, od Adonai, Adonai Lechah Dodi, Lechah welcome our Shabbat companions.
Shalom ateret balam, gam besimcha u'tzolam, toch emunei am segulam, boi chalam, boi chalam. Lechah Dodi, Lechah Dodi,
invite you to remain standing because right now we'd like to invite to the bima a different kind of bride and groom, a bride and groom celebrating their 30th anniversary. John and Laura Kaufman, please come forward. John and Laura, you didn't get married right here, but recently when we were at Rabbi Pleasant and his wife's wedding, we were at the location where you got married 30 years ago. And so we want to recreate that moment in a way by spreading this chuppah, this talit that will symbolize your chuppah, over the two of you. Thank you, Brian and Rabbi Pleasant. Okay, excellent. I'm going to crying already. So in the years since, you've celebrated many joyous occasions here on this bima and in this sanctuary, and you've each given of yourselves, Laura on the Board of Trustees for many years, and now John as our president, completing the second year of your term as our president. On this milestone occasion of your 30th wedding anniversary weekend, we hope that you continue to feel just as you did when you first stood under a chuppah as bride and groom. And we hope that you continue to enjoy all the blessings of the Sheva Brachot, the 7 blessings that are bestowed upon a bride and groom toward the conclusion of the wedding ceremony. We hope, we pray that you continue to experience joy and celebration each and every day, that you find creativity and fulfillment in one another, that you find renewal and regeneration, that you savor the sweet memories you've made and plot out new adventures together. May you often feel just as you did when you first stood under a chuppah, as a bride and groom with a long journey ahead. May you enjoy many, many, many more happy years together.
I'd like to offer you our tradition's most ancient blessing. Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha ken yehi ratzon
May God bless you and keep you and your family safe always.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yikuneka ken yehi ratzon
May God's light shine upon you every day. May every day be as bright and warm and sunny as this evening is for the two of you.
Yisla Adonai panav elecha ve'yasem lecha shalom, shalom, shalom. Ken yehi ratzon, ken yehi ratzon.
May God's light shine upon you always. May God smile upon you. And may God grant peace in your hearts, in your home, and in our world. May it be so. And Mazel Tov.
כן יהי רצון, כן יהי רצון.
Page 146.
Ya la 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 la, 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 ya la la Please be seated. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. Baruch Shem kevod malchuto leolam avayim. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu ha'devarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha B'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha v'derech u'shokpecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam lehot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. I'd love to call up members of our congregational choir to join us on the bima.
We'll turn to page 158 for our song of freedom, Micha Mocha.
Like you, Adonai.
On page 160, we sing words of Hashkivenu. We ask for shelter. We ask to be protected. We ask that we be sheltered by a sukkah of peace, Sukkat Shalom, a fragile dwelling. We acknowledge the fragility of all that we face as we move through this world, and we ask that we be held in peace. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Lishalom, V'hamidenu Shomreinu L'chaim, L'chaim. So Hashkivenu Adonai, Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Lishalom, Eloheinu Lishalom, V'hamidenu Shomreinu L'chaim, L'chaim. Ufros aleinu Sukkat Shlomecha, V'tagneinu be'itza tova milfanecha, Ve'hoshienu le'man shemecha. Hashivenu Adonai, Eloheinu Lishalom, V'hamidenu Shomreinu L'chaim, L'chaim. Ufros aleinu Sukkat Shlomecha, V'tagneinu be'itza tova milfanecha, Ve'hoshienu le'man shemecha. We sing Amen.
We rise together in body or spirit for Amidah. Tonight we'll sing the opening words together, asking God to open up our mouths to pray, and then we'll continue in silence. And at that point, we'll invite you to use the words in your book or the words of your heart, and we'll invite you to either stand or be seated, whatever helps you to have this moment of quiet personal prayer best. Adonai, sefatai tiftach, ufriach tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise.
May the words in my heart, may the things that I'm worrying about, may the unending list of worries that I hold inside of me be acceptable to you. May they be okay. Adonai tzuri vegoali, Adonai tzuri vegoali. Adonai tzuri
We'd like to invite forward our bride and groom to be, Zoe and Jacob, and our beloved cantor emeritus, Richard Silverman, to come join us on the bima.
We want to invite everyone to please rise.
Zoe and Jacob, in a few short days, we will be standing under the chuppah together for your wedding ceremony. And we know that in that moment, you will be surrounded by only your closest family and friends. So tonight is our entire community's chance to celebrate with you here in the presence of God and in this sacred space. We hope that you feel the love of this entire village, and in fact, I'll invite you to take a look out at this beautiful village. People here in the sanctuary tonight, those present on the live stream, those present with us in spirit only, and I'm thinking especially of your father, Harvey Jacob, calling his presence to mind. Yours is a love born out of quarantine and a global pandemic. You connected instantly, first through the miracle of technology, and then finally in person. And as you build your future together, navigating the many transitions that your lives bring, we know you will find a constant source of solace and safety with one another. We dream of the day when we will stand together on this bima and celebrate your 30th wedding anniversary, as we did earlier with John and Laura. On this Shabbat, we give thanks for the light and the love that you bring to all of us. And in that spirit of appreciation, we'll invite our beloved cantor emeritus, Cantor Richard Silverman, who has known you, Jacob, your entire life, to offer you our tradition's most ancient blessing.
Yevarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha. Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
May God bless you and always keep you safe.
May God shine God's face upon you and through each of you, and always be gracious to you both.
May God smile upon you and grant you the gift of peace always. Ken Yehi Ratzon. May it be so.
I invite you to be seated. Shabbat Shalom. What a gift to be together in this robust room full of the sounds of a community praying. Like Rabbi Friedman said, I work on Shabbat too, and I travel around, and so I don't get to be here as much as I wish that I could. But everywhere I go, I'm always bragging about my connection to Temple Israel of Westport and saying all the great things that you all are doing. And so it's a real pleasure to be here and to sing with you and to just feel the warmth of this community. In an evening filled with so many blessings already of a milestone anniversary and a soon-to-be bride and groom and beautiful singing from the congregational choir and two Noahs becoming bar mitzvah tomorrow. We're going to just take a moment in this part of the service to kind of dwell together in blessing. The words that we've just heard twice already that were taught are the most ancient blessing of our people, the priestly benediction, Birkat Kohanim. We hear this blessing in these peak life cycle moments. You'll hear them again tomorrow during your bar mitzvahs. Zoe and Jacob, you'll hear them under the chuppah. We heard them just now for those milestone blessings, for a baby naming, for welcoming a new Jew to the Jewish community. We reserve this blessing for that time, for these milestone times. And as we did together, we know that we have a line in the script. When we witness a milestone, when we witness a moment of peak life blessing, the rabbi or the cantor will say, Yivarecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, may God bless you and keep you. And then we say, Ken yehi ratzon, right? Say that with me. Ken yehi ratzon. And we sang it so beautifully together. And part of the beautiful ingenuity of that technology in our tradition is to remind us that we should never be alone in these moments. I'd love to invite you to do a little practice with me. This is, if I weren't in my wife's synagogue, I would tell a story about how a long time ago, I can tell you that when we were downstairs before the service started, the clergy gathers before the service to kind of get in the right frame of mind and sort of transition from all the logistics to the space of leading prayer. And Julia kind of led the breathing and the getting together, and Rabbi Friedman said, "Thank you, O present one." And of course, he was joking, but in my life, that's a real thing. Cantor Gadrain helps to keep our family with our feet on the ground, with breathing air through our lungs. And as part of that, in her sort of dedication to, this is what I normally say, if I'm not in her synagogue, I say my wife is a cantor at Temple Israel of Westport, not to brag. And then I say, and then I talk about how years ago, she's a dedicated meditator and yoga practitioner. And years ago, she kind of gently suggested to me, like, oh, maybe you want to check this mindfulness stuff out, and I said, oh yeah, maybe, and I didn't. And then like some time passed, and then she said it again, lovingly, gently, like, hey, what do you think? Maybe you want to sit, and you know how this goes. Like if your spouse suggests lovingly several times the same thing, you start to think, I guess maybe I should try this. And as a sort of deep in my bone marrow, high-strung New York Jew, it's very hard for me to sort of sit still and be quiet, and it really challenges me and pushes all my buttons. But I went for about a year on a journey of trying to find some version of this that could work for me, and mostly it didn't, But I know it's not the goal to like win at meditating, but I wasn't doing it, Anyway, along the course of this sort of process, I discovered a practice that really has helped me a lot, and I still do it to this day. It's a very simple practice. It has a lot of names. One of the names is loving kindness meditation, or metta is another name for it. And the basic principle of it is that instead of sort of focusing on your breathing or focusing on a mantra, a word in your head over and over, or a visualization, in loving kindness meditation, you come up with a series of phrases. They're really blessings, and you sort of direct them at different people in your life. So you begin with, it could be like anything, but maybe, may I be safe, may I be happy, may I be healthy. And you begin in this meditation directing those blessings at yourself. So in your mind, you cycle through, may I be safe, may I be happy, may I be healthy. And then at some point, you turn the same blessing towards someone you love, someone who's a source of joy and good in your life. You picture that person, and then in your mind, you direct those same blessings at them. May you be safe, may you be happy, may you be healthy. You know the one that's coming, right? You have to picture someone who is not a source of good in your life, someone who doesn't make you feel good, someone who's challenging for you and probably brings up all kinds of feelings. You picture that person, and then you have to direct the blessings at them. May you be safe, May you be happy. May you be healthy. And it's not easy, but I can tell you that it works. You know, I've had the experience more than once of bumping into someone who fits into that third category sort of on the street, and I've been like blessing them behind their back for a year or whatever. You know, it doesn't solve all the problems, but you just feel yourself getting a little, you know, softer around the edges. Anyway, as I was doing this practice and reflecting on the blessing that we just heard twice with our wedding couples, the blessing of, may God bless you and keep you. May God be gracious to you. May God give you peace. It's the same formula. It's a threefold formula, and it's a formula in which we are able to participate in the blessing, and we say, Ken Yehi Ratzon. So I'm going to invite you for the next few minutes to try this with me. The part we'll sing together goes like this. Ken Yehi Ratzon, Ken Yehi Ratzon. Try that with me. Ken Yehi Ratzon, Ken Yehi Ratzon. Beautiful. May I find my way back home. May I find my way back. Ken Yehi Ratzon, Ken Yehi Ratzon, Ken Yehi Ratzon. And it ends almost the same. May I find my way back home. So for the next little bit, I'm going to probably close my eyes because it's easier for me to do these blessings if I'm not looking at people looking at me. So I'm going to close my eyes. And I'll invite you, if that helps you feel comfortable, to close your eyes or do something else that makes you feel a little more comfortable. If it makes you uncomfortable to close your eyes, don't close your eyes. You understand what I'm trying to say. We begin with ourselves. We are all deserving of love. We are all worthy of the gaze of another, looking at us with the love of a bride and a groom, or a bride and a bride, or a groom and a groom. Under the chuppah, we deserve to have that love that we direct at ourselves anytime we need to be filled up. We are all deserving of that perfect embrace of peace. We open up our hearts and we offer ourselves this blessing. May I be safe. May I be free. May I find a space to just be. We'll sing Ken Yehi Ratzon, Ken Yehi Ratzon, Ken Yehi Ratzon. May I find my way back home. May I find my way back home. Ken Yehi Ratzon, Ken Yehi Ratzon. May I find my way back home. And we call to mind someone who is good to us, someone who makes you smile. Even just thinking about them makes you feel more full in your heart. Someone who really sees you, someone who really knows you, someone who knows all the good parts and all the other parts, and they love you anyway. A source of good in your life. We open up our hearts and we offer them this blessing. May you be safe. May you be safe. May you be free. May you be free. May you find space. May you find space. Space to just just be. Space to just be. We sing Ken Yehi Ratzon. Ken Yehi Ratzon. Ken Yehi Ratzon. May you find your way back home. Ken Yehi Ratzon. Ken Yehi Ratzon. May you find your way back home. And we call to mind someone who is difficult for us, someone who is a challenge to our way of being, someone who we don't understand. Even though we've tried, even though we try, and we try, and we try, again and again, and again and again and again, they don't understand us, we don't understand them. Someone who we don't agree with, someone who we can't understand the way that they are moving through this life. Someone who maybe makes you feel small. We open up our hearts and we try to offer them this blessing. May you be safe. May you be safe. May you be free. May you be free. May you find space. May you find space. Space to just be. Ken Yehi Ratzon. Ken Yehi Ratzon. Ken Yehi Ratzon. May you find your way back home. Ken Yehi Ratzon. Ken Yehi Ratzon. May you find your way back home. And we call to mind all that is good here. How incredible it feels to hear a whole full room of people singing loudly from their hearts. It's better than on the computer, in my humble opinion. How good it feels to be together, celebrating life's joys. Seeing blossoming new love, seeing dependable generation, decades long, married couples supporting each other through every up and every down. It is incredible to witness that kind of love. How good it feels to see young leaders, to Noahs standing up to lead this community forward. We are so grateful. How good it feels to witness the beautiful singing of the congregational choir who bravely stood up and raised their voices and sang in great harmony. And we only had like a 15-minute rehearsal before the service, and I was very impressed with you. All the good that we do here in this room, in the warmth of this lovely, warm, genuine, deep, thoughtful community who reaches outside of these walls and makes this larger community better. We open up our hearts and we offer ourselves this blessing. May we be safe. May we be safe. May we be free. May we be free. May we find space. May we find space to just be, space to just be. Can you hear ratzon? Can you hear ratzon? Can you hear ratzon? May we find our way back home. Can you hear ratzon? Can you hear ratzon? May we find our way back home. Amen. With those blessings ringing in this room, ringing in our ears, with our hearts full from the sound of one another, we turn our thoughts to those in need of blessings for healing, those who are suffering in body, in spirit, in mind, for wholeness and for health and for strength. We call them to mind together and invite you to bring your thoughts to anyone in your life or beyond who's in need of that blessing of healing as we turn to Misha Berach, page 371. Misha
We turn our thoughts now to the words of Kaddish Yatom, a prayer that does not mention death, but celebrates life and celebrates the lives of all of those in our lives who continue to bring blessing to us and into this world. If you are observing Shiva or Shloshim, the first 7 or 30 days following a loss, and you would like to share the name of your loved one aloud, we invite you to do so at this time. As a Temple Israel community, we are observing Shiva the first 7 days and Shloshim the first 30 days following the passing of Leo Gold, husband of the late Sandy, father of David and Elizabeth, Susan and John and Lisa, and grandfather of Daniel, Michael, Sam, and Alex, of Audrey Magida, wife of the late Nat, mother of Dan and Nancy, Meg and Matthew and Patricia, grandmother of 5 and great-grandmother of 2. Simone Goldfarb, mother of Adam and Melissa, grandmother of Sabrina and Zach. If If you are observing a yard site, the anniversary of a loss, and would like to share a name aloud, we invite you to do so at this time. We're observing the yard site, the anniversary of the death of the following members of our TI family: Neil Axelrod, Herman Bartimer, Lester Breidenbach, Doris Brucato, Harold Fagel, George Freeman, Edith First, Lynn Grayson, Joseph Hochberger, Herman Horn, Harriet Gray Hunter, Morris Kallman, Judith A. Kaplan, Adele Carlin, Irving Kay, Rebecca Kramer, Henry Levy, Robert Lebo, Alfred Lipset, Saul Littman, Miriam Mandel, Del Markoff, Max Mazo, Sylvia Mazo, Benjamin Miller, Rita Moskowitz, Ellen Oland, Haskell Ozer, Bella Richmond, Howard Rome, Dorothy Satkin, Jay Meyer Shine, Sam Schulman, Fred Schwartz, Monroe Steiner, Claire Stone, Frank Venner, Mae Weinstein, Meyer Wisser, Anna Zellen, and Jane Zorek. If you are joining us via live stream and have a name to share, we invite you to do so by typing the name into the comments or by simply saying it aloud wherever you are. We invite those in the period of Shiva or Shloshim to rise in body or spirit and to remain standing. And we invite those who are observing a yard site to rise in body or spirit at this time. We turn to page 598, and as one community, we rise together in body or spirit. Yitkadal v'yitkadash Shemei Rabbah, be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyomechon uv'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala ubizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah mevarach le'alam ulamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar v'yithaleh v'yithalal Shemei dekudesha brichu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei Shlama Rabbah min Shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say together, amen.
Ya'aseh shalom, Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, Ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
We'll turn to the words of Kaddish and Motzi, which can be found on page 123, and we invite two Noahs, Noah and Noah, back up to help us lead.
We'll invite our teen singers to join us on the bima as well.
And everyone's welcome to join us for a little Oneg Shabbat just in the rear of the sanctuary, following the conclusion of our service. If you're staying for our Shabbat dinner, it's through those doors. We might even have room for others if you haven't signed up, but you're a little hungry after this very spiritually nourishing service. And we invite you to join us again with our guest, Alana Arian, tomorrow morning for Torah study at Minyan at 9 a.m. on Zoom. The link is on our website. Most of all, we want to say thank you to Alana for being part of our TI family always and for being with us this evening. Thank you to our musicians, to our staff, our live streaming staff. Okay, are we good? Noah, you got it? Take us away.
Baruch
v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava v'ratzon pinchilanu
Zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit ki hu yom tehillah Ziat Mitzrayim Kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta
Tanu, Baruch atah Adonai.
L'chaim. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'te'avo.
We'll conclude the service, Mazel Tov, Noah and Noah. We'll conclude the service with words reminding all of us the ways in which we have power to make change in our world, always, even if we're not being made to feel that way all the time. And we're blessed to be joined by wonderful teen leaders, recent B'nai Mitzvah of this community, to help us sing this song. The words are, I have a voice, my voice is powerful, my voice can change the world. They're going to lead us in responding to my calls, and we'll invite you to join. I will open my eyes.
I will open my eyes.
I will not look away.
I will not look away.
I will use this gift I've been given every day. I have a voice.
I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world.
So change the world.
Change the world.
I will give of myself.
I will give up myself.
I'll stand up for what's right.
I'll stand up for what's right.
I will use this strength I've been given to be alive.
I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. I have a voice. My voice is powerful. My voice can change the world. Change the world.
A blessing, thanking God for making us with a piece of the divine. B'Tselem Elohim, which reminds us that that is the way that we show up and show our divinity when we use our voices to make this world better. Baruch atah Adonai Elohei melech haolam, melech she'asanu, she'asanu, she'asanu. B'Tselem Elohim, B'Tselem
Elohim, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu, melech she'asanu, 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 b'tselem Elohim. change the world.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Well done. Well done.